Okay, so bicycles and motorcycles, basically they both have two wheels. One's got a motor, one doesn't. So there's two different categories there. The big thing that you need to know about a bicycler, if they're on the side of the road and you're going to go past them, most of the state's law is that you have to give them a minimum of 3 feet. That's very important. I like to say this, if you're going for your test, you better know the feet. The 3 feet. But I like to say this, for you as a defensive driver, I want you to always expect that biker to fall over in front of you and do whatever it takes to not hit them. That's the driver you are. You've got the vision before you got there. Now let's talk motorcycles. I hate following motorcycle riders. Why? I have an experience. I've had a couple experiences. I used to have a motorcycle when I was a teenager. And when my brother, a year older than me, was struck from behind with a car going 85 miles an hour, he survived. But I saw him that night. I went home and sold my motorcycle because he was struck from behind by a police chase. And it goes back to defensive driving. He was driving at 55 miles an hour. He was hit so hard, his back tire was pushed all the way up to his gas tank. And here's the thing about helmets. How important is helmets? His ear on the one side from sliding down the gravel at 80 miles an hour, his helmet was wore to the point where he wore one of his ears off. Had to be reconstructed. Fingers and toes erased, but guess what? The only bone he broke was a kneecap, and he survived. He was a lucky one. So you know what? I don't like following motorcycles because I don't like seeing that. I envision that all the time. In my life, I have witnessed within seconds 2 motorcycle crashes, and I always hate being the first one to the scene because there's no forgiveness on a motorcycle, or most of the time there's not. So you know what? When you get around them motorcycles, give them some extra room. They're harder to see. And remember, the bumper sticker says what? Start seeing motorcycles. And a lot of people don't, and that's why we have so many motorcycle crashes.